Good morning to you. I hope your Thursday is starting or has started very well. These last few days, well, nearly a week and a half now, I've been talking about a little process that you might want to keep in mind if you ever feel that you're a little lost in life. It might be big lost, as in, I've got no idea what I'm doing with the whole of my life. Or it might be a little lost, like going, what's my next career step? Or things don't feel quite right in the community I'm in, or whatever. We all get lost. It's necessary. Otherwise, you just keep going on the same track and nothing ever changes. So, this is a little process I've been exploring around what happens when you feel you're lost. And over the last few of these live talks, I've suggested that the first thing to do if you're lost is to stop. There's not much point in pushing on if you don't know where you're going. The second step is to become present with yourself, put down worrying about the past or the future, and begin to uh, be connected with things as they are inside and outside of you right now. Which takes us to the third stage, which is observing. Once you're already present and connected with now, take a look around. Again, observing your internal landscape or the connections around with the world that you live in that you want to explore. So actually observe, open your eyes and look, get out of assumptions and start really looking. Before you make any kind of really in-depth analysis, fourth stage, access encouragement. Let's start this process of refinding ourselves full of the excitement of possibilities. If you start a process of change by going, yeah, but it'll fail anyway, or I'm no good at that sort of thing, or I'm just a failed human being in some form, then that process of change and of refinding yourself and reorientating yourself is unlikely to take you anywhere except back into the past. So we need to be encouraged. Again, let's just remember what the word encourage means. It means to be given courage. You can be given courage by friends, community. You can be given courage by reaching out to someone like me, a coach or a mentor. You can find courage within yourself, but start the process of reorientation from a position of bravery, and I hope connected to bravery, excitement. Which brings us to the fifth stage of this little process. There's 6 stages in this process. This is the fifth stage of this little process, which is get clarity. Now, just because you see something doesn't mean it's real. I mean, I look out of my window here and there's some, you know, fluffy white clouds. Rather nice. One of them looks like a rabbit. It isn't a rabbit. It's a fluffy white cloud, but it sure looks like a rabbit. And if I was really busy searching for a rabbit, I might go, oh, look, there's a rabbit. That's a slightly stupid example, but you know what I mean. We see what we expect to see. We see the present, whether that's outside in the world or observing ourselves. We see the present through the eyes of the past. You've made a decision in the past and it hasn't worked out, and you see the present through the lens of you being someone whose decisions don't work out. In my work, I call these paradigms, ways of seeing the world. You have had a tough or difficult encounter or relationship with a work colleague or a personal friend. And when you look at that colleague now, you see them through the lens of your previously poor relationship. You expect them to be giving you some kind of tough time. And you know what? Because that's what you're seeing, because what you're seeing is the patterns that come from the past, you are more than likely to recreate those patterns. We look out in the world and we expect to see certain things. It might be, again, the world might be our internal landscape or the past or whatever. We look out into the world and we expect to see certain things. And lo and behold, that's what we see because that's what we notice. We notice the things that confirm our expectations. In psychology, it's called confirmation bias. You look for the things that confirm your expectations, and then you act based on what you've seen, which is based on your expectations. So, if you want to go through a process of change, get present, look around, encourage yourself, and then ask yourself, is what you're seeing actually true, real? Is a story that you are telling yourself actually true or real? Try to step back from the expectations that you carry with you and get clarity about what you're seeing as you look around. That way, there's a fighting chance you will be making your decisions based on something that is at least closer to reality. Because many of us, for much of the time, simply live slightly disconnected from reality. We are recreating the expectations, assumptions, and patterns of the past. Now, the patterns of the past, all those assumptions and expectations, they're great. They're shortcuts to getting through the day. You don't have to look at every chair you see and go, what is that thing with four legs on it? You know what a chair is. You know how to sit down. When you meet an old friend, you don't have to go, who is this person? You have expectations. You can pick up conversations you've been having for years. All of those things, assumptions and expectations are super cool, but they're also prison cells. So if you want to move forward, realize that the assumptions and expectations and patterns that you are living within are precisely the patterns that have got you to the place of feeling lost. So instead of just responding to things that confirm your existing beliefs, ask yourself, to use a question that the therapist Byron Katie uses, ask yourself, is this true? Is the story I'm telling myself really true? Or might there be some other way of seeing this situation? Might there be things in this situation that I'm simply not noticing? So we have 5 stages. You stop, you become present, you observe, you get encouragement, and then you gain clarity. There's one more stage to go. I'll talk about that tomorrow or the day after. Yesterday was a very exciting day because after many years of prevarication and procrastination, I finally got the audiobook of my 2016 publication, Climbing the Mountain, actually got onto Audible, Amazon's Audible, which means it's very easy for you to just go to Amazon and get it. You can even get a Kindle version of it. I think you can get both and they synchronize. I've never really tried that, but Climbing the Mountain is a book I love very much. And it was originally written for performers, but over the years, more and more people from outside the world of performance have said, hey, this book really speaks to me. Maybe it would speak to you. Go to Amazon, get the audiobook, or get a Kindle. Or if you're not an Amazon user, and who can blame you? If you're not an Amazon user, you can get the audiobook directly from me and a print copy directly from me and a PDF ebook directly from me. Hey, what can I say? I do everything I can to make life easier for you. Whatever you're doing today, I hope you have the most wonderful of days. Take care now.